It's episode 4 of season 2, and this is my third martini. Here we go. You can follow us every week on Facebook and Twitter, where we release our latest episodes. We also share some celebrity dish, the gossip that's going on out there in the blogosphere, the Twittersphere, the Facebookosphere. I don't know, but we share everything we can with you. I'm always here on my laptop, drinking, and looking for celebrity news. And when we're looking for celebrity news, we're looking for biz news. That's celebrities in business, what they're doing, how they're making money, and we're also keeping an eye out for celebpreneurs. If this is your 4th, 10th, 100th, or first time watching, you need to learn the word celebpreneurs, and we always spell it out for you here because we know that you're very hungover. And I appreciate you watching, keeping me in business, and keeping my buzz going. But the real question is, why am I wearing my AC/DC shirt today? No, it's not because I just rolled out of some guy's backseat who I just met last night, who bought me a ton of drinks because they didn't have any cash on me, and I said, would you please buy me a martini? And he was like, okay. Then all of a sudden he wanted to make it. Anyway, it's not because of that, okay? It's because I've been paying attention to what's going on in the news, and there's some concert-themed restaurants opening, and they're kind of some throwback concerts, like, you know, heavy metal concerts, and it's Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons, who's actually had his hand in a little bit of reality TV, he's now opening up his own concert-themed restaurant chain. I'm looking here at the MalaysianInsider.com because who doesn't, when they want the latest celebrity news, go to the MalaysianInsider.com. And it talks about Gene Simmons opening this restaurant. You know, there's a lot of celebrities, rock and rollers especially, who have opened restaurants. A lot of them have famously failed, and some are doing pretty well. John Bon Jovi, Mark Wahlberg, lots of guys especially that have tried their hand at restaurants. And actually, Mark Wahlberg recently opened his, and it's called Wahlburgers, which is a little disturbing because I'm not quite sure what the special sauce is. But Gene Simmons is going to open this restaurant, and it's called the Rock and Brews Beer Garden. Now, it's supposed to simulate the backstage rock concert experience. That worries me a little bit. Doesn't it worry you? I don't really want, you know, groupies on my jock when I'm trying to enjoy my shrimp scampi, but we'll see how it goes. And their, in quotes, pizzas are any way you want it. Now, for those of you that are too young or too smart or too cool to know that that's a Kiss lyric, because Gene Simmons, sorry, that was like a little Freudian slip. Gene Simmons is the lead singer of Kiss. It's also kind of telling me what this restaurant's going to be all about. Any way you want it. I'm a little worried, but I'm a little excited. I think I need to get an outfit made of latex. And moving on from somewhat washed up heavy metal rock stars, let's move on to completely washed up singers that no one cares about. The Beach Boys are going to release their first new song in 20 years. I know, you've been waiting breathlessly for the Beach Boys to release a new song. And they have this clip that I'm going to show you that they just unveiled from That's Why God Made the Radio. Now, they say it's all about the harmonies. To me, obviously this isn't a recording that was made in real time. I mean, this is not a video of them making the recording. This is a track that's already been altered, fixed up, sounds okay, and is put to this video of them recording in the studio. It doesn't even look like they're breathing barely. It barely looks like they're pushing out any air to say these words. And here come these harmonies that sound like a group of 17-year-olds, and they're all in their 60s or older. So it's a little hard to imagine that the Beach Boys really sound that good and that they'll sound that good in concert. And I'm wondering how much money they can possibly make off of it. They're announcing tour dates for an extensive reunion tour. The funny thing about the Beach Boys, this is on MSNBC's entertainment section, is that the group split in the late 1990s. They toured in separate camps, and they occasionally started nasty lawsuits once, you know, against each other. And supposedly last year they decided to put all that aside and come back together, and they've been recording in a studio in LA to work on their new album. So here's a little clip of their new song, and I'm going to really listen. I'm going to give it a good listen, and let's all decide together what we think. That's why God made the radio. Okay. And while we're talking about music, let's kind of move into celebpreneurs, entrepreneurs in the music industry. As promised last week, I told you we talk about music business and who's up and coming with a lot of money or who already has some big bank that is one of those celebpreneurs we like to talk about here on Fame and Money. And before the end of the episode, we'll tell you who our celebpreneur of the week is. I'm looking at growthink.com. They've got a list of the 25 most successful celebrity entrepreneurs in the music industry. And I'm just going to skip through and tell you some of them, but I'll share this link online on Twitter and Facebook. If you follow us on Twitter, use the hashtag Businews, Businews, And you can find me, you can find all the episodes, and you can tell me what you think, or if there's somebody I missed that you really want to chat about, I'll share the link there. The Brothers of Good Charlotte, they're number 25 on the list, Benji and Joel Madden. They were, you know, kind of once sang negatively about the lifestyles of the rich and famous, and now they've made themselves both rich and famous with their music, their clothing line, and they started the MADE clothing line, that's all in caps, M-A-D-E, in 2005, and they've expanded in that market. So in that pop, punk music genre, they're really popular. We also got Conway West, who dropped out of art school originally, made a name for himself in the music business, and produced as a solo artist, but since then set up his own record label, and that's Good Music, also all capital, G-O-O-D. So whether it's Made or Good, tell me what you think about Benji and Joel Madden or Kanye West. They're one of these top 25 music celebpreneurs. Growthink.com didn't use the celebpreneur word. I use the celebpreneur word. The Businewschannel.com uses the celebpreneur word. In fact, I'll tell you something. I was on Twitter yesterday, and I was a little drunk, and I was looking through posts about celebpreneurs so I could steal some of their information and share it with you here and pretend that it was my own original material. And guess what happened when I put in that little Twitter search box, celebpreneur? The only thing that came up was fame and money. So I think we're ahead of the curve in talking about these celebpreneurs here on the Businews channel. But here on Growthink.com, they are talking about celebrities who are entrepreneurs. And here's a few more. Queen Latifah. Her real name, does anyone know it? Drum roll. Still don't have a drum roll out? No sound effects? Okay, great. Also known as Dana Owens, maybe you already knew that. She's done a bunch of films and TV, but she's also a spokesperson for CoverGirl Cosmetics. And there's a lot of CoverGirl spokespeople in the past. A lot of them have been actors, but here's one who's a famous musician. We're also looking at Beyonce, who we talked about last week, who's got her own clothing line and has really made a name for herself in the entrepreneurial world. And here on Growthink, they've got her at number 14. Now, she's someone with big bank, so who could they have, let's say, more toward the top as I scroll down here? Madonna, Justin Timberlake, J-Lo, Master P, 50 Cent, believe it or not, Jay-Z, and Diddy. Now, that means toward the top of the list here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 4 on their list of 25 are young African-American males, which is good news for the industry. It means that it's a changing trend. It's not something that would have happened 50, 40, 30, or 20 years ago. And of course, P. Diddy is at the top of the list. He's got his money, his hands in all kinds of things. One of them is liquor. He's got the reality TV shows. He's got clothing. He's got everything. He's got the Sean John. He's kind of all over the place with his money, his investments, and his celebpreneurial ideas, and yet he hasn't himself kind of ruined his image. You know, he hasn't become too cheesy or too all over the place that people are sick of him. So he's a good businessman. He's obviously got a lot of people working under him that are helping him create the success. And if you think he should be the #1 music entrepreneur, then you can tweet me, you can send me a message, you can Facebook me, you can call me. If you send me a private message on Twitter, maybe I'll share my phone number with you, and tell me if you think Diddy should be at the top of the list or it should be someone else. Talk to you soon. I don't know. I kind of ran out of steam there. And as promised when you watched last episode, that's Fame and Money, season 2, episode 3, which you can click on right here somewhere. I don't know how to do it, but my staff of thousands will figure it out. We promised that we talk about movie sequels. So some people groan when they hear the word sequel, and some people are really excited. There's been a lot of great movie sequels in history that made a lot of money for celebrities, and there's some that made absolutely nothing or lost money, some famous bombs. So let's take a look at what's coming up for the rest of 2012. Now, the most recent sequel that came out, although it doesn't say the word Part 2 or Part 3 in the title, is American Reunion. Now, a lot of people thought that was really funny. Of course, you get to see penis, which is good because you don't see enough penis in blockbuster movies. But did American Reunion do as well as everyone expected, and how much did they have to pay each actor to be in that to get them back? Because they didn't do all the movies in the franchise. They didn't do every single one, but they all came back for this American Reunion. So we'll have to see how the tallies all come together, how the money line hits, and see if it made enough as expected, if everyone was happy coming from American Reunion. But here are the rest of the sequels coming out in 2012. Men in Black 3. I mean, I don't know if that's really something that we need, that's going to make a lot of money, and Will Smith actually hasn't been making as much bank in movie blockbusters lately as he did when he first came out, so we'll see how that goes. The Dark Knight Rises should be pretty good. The Bourne Legacy, those will probably bring in some big bank, and they've still got the celebrity who started the franchise of those movies attached to this most recent movie for the most part. So those should be pretty good. The Expendables 2. Now that's in a different realm. We'll see how much money that brings in from families and how much they like sequels. You can tweet me at Fame and Money TV. You can follow us on Facebook and comment, or under one of our statuses when we post this latest episode, what sequel you're looking forward to or what you think is going to be a big bomb. There's also Resident Evil Retribution, Atlas Shrugged Part 2, Taken Part 2, Paranormal Activity Part 4, this is looking towards the fall, Silent Hill Revelations 4, which is also in 3D, and the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. We'll see if that franchise is still thriving. There's also going to be Piranha 3D. 3D is another really popular thing right now. 3D goes in phases through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and today, where sometimes it's a hit for a while and sometimes people want nothing to do with it. Right now, 3D is very popular, and obviously having sequels is very popular. There's been some sequels, like I mentioned, that did really well. I mean, famously, The Godfather Part 2. Of course, some in the original Star Wars franchise, the Indiana Jones movies, even Shrek Part 2, Die Hard Part 3. Those were really successful, and they helped continue to launch celebrities' careers. I'm not sure if the sequels of 2012 are going to do the same thing. They could end up on the worst list. I've pulled up some of my worst sequels. The Whole 10 Yards, The Matrix Revolutions, Blues Brothers 2000, and now I've got a little bone to pick, okay? On every site online that I found, a lot of blogs, a lot of celebrity gossip sites, these blogs about movies, they mentioned Grease 2. I love the movie Grease 2. If you love the movie Grease 2 or you have a problem with it, you can tweet me, you can send me a message, you can go to thebizNewsChannel.com, or you can just buy me a martini and tell me to shut the hell up. I don't really care, but Grease 2 is a good movie with good music, and I'm sticking up for it. So Grease 2 is on the worst list, but it's on my best list. However, the Celebpreneur of the Week has nothing to do with music. She's got nothing to do with really anything, like acting, talent. She's actually a reality TV star, and that is Bethenny Frankel. Now, she started on The Real Housewives. She's moved on to some of her own reality TV shows based off of her marriage and having a baby. And Bethenny Frankel, here according to MSNBC on their entertainment section, has earned about $120 million. So she's gone from someone who had almost nothing, although she was a real housewife, and those women are kind of the rich and famous. They are, as we've talked about in previous episodes, E-list, not even D-list. So they don't have so much money that they can do whatever they want. That's why they're on reality TV. They're trying to make a name for themselves. And there's a great article on here about Bethenny Frankel and how she purposely got into reality television to promote her brand, to move her entrepreneurial businesses, and to start her own career and make money as a woman by herself. She knew that reality TV would be that venue. The interesting thing here that they talk about is that now reality TV is turning the tables. They see how these reality TV stars are taking what they've done on these reality shows and then making money with their own businesses as they move on. Now, the producers of those shows are trying to take a part of that money when you sign the contract, because you really want to be on a reality TV show, that if you become successful from launching a brand or something on their show, or because you're on the show, you launch that brand, they want a piece of it. So that'll be a new job for all the entertainment lawyers to take care of, to take money away from these reality stars. But Bethenny Frankel, she has her money in Skinny Girl Margarita. She started with that liquor line, but she's moved on to recipes and food, and of course now she's a mom and a wife, and she's a blogger, she's a writer, she's all over television, and she started out as a natural food chef. She developed the cocktail line in 2009 with her partner, David Canbar, who was formerly of Sky Vodka, and she's this, as they call it here on MSN, personality turned mega entrepreneur on a growing but still somewhat short list of reality stars who've turned the tables on producers and networks and found a way to capitalize on these business ventures on their own. So she got into it on purpose. She knew what she was doing. It was a game, that she was going to play, and she's turned it into $120 million. So next week we'll see who the Celebpreneur of the Week will be on Fame and Money, Season 2, Episode 5. And I'll share a few martinis with you. I'll share some laughs, but until then, you can tweet me, you can Facebook me, you can send me a message on the Businews channel, or you can send a case of vodka to the Businews channel. Is your address on the website there? Okay, great. You can order me a little bit of something, and next time I'll tell you who the Celebpreneur of the Week will be, and we'll share some more gossip, some more from the blogosphere, some more from the internet, right delivered to your very face here on YouTube and the Businews channel. I'll see you next time.